Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming and joining me on my channel as we learn yet another name of God. We're learning these names from the book 100 Names of God by Christopher D Hudson. Please like, share, and subscribe so more people can get the blessings that we get and get the knowledge of God that we get from this book. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate you. Now let's get on into our name. Today's name is Metzudah. Metzudah. Alrighty? And that name means fortress. Okay? He said, "The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer." Now that comes from 2 Samuel 22 and 2. 2 Samuel 22 and 2. The Hebrew word for fortress refers to an impregnable stronghold, usually high up on a mountain. David of all people was familiar with such places. As a shepherd boy, he often had to seek out safe refuge for his flock. Later, as a young man, he fought in the Israelite army and also spent years fleeing from Saul. Whether protecting his sheep, facing an enemy in battle, or trying to elude a paranoid, murderous king, David knew the importance of finding and hunkering down in elevated bastions and rocky citadels. However, he also knew that even the best earthly fortresses aren't 100% secure. Once, while hiding from Saul in the recesses of a remote wilderness cave, David was caught completely off guard when Saul suddenly entered a cave where he came to relieve himself. So David wasn't ready. He thought he was somewhere in a good cave hiding, which he was, but Saul just was passing by and said, "Hey, let me go in here and relieve myself." Ultimately, David had to get to the place where he trusted God to be his ultimate protection. So did you hear that? He had to get to the place where, these caves and these rocky mountains and stuff, they are a good hiding place, but you know what? None of them are as good as hiding in God. Because God is higher than any tower and more invincible than any rocky stronghold, He is where we will find true safety and security. Even when David was outnumbered and outgunned, he believed that as long as God was for him, no man could harm him. In God I trust and am not afraid. What can mere mortals do to me? That you can find that in Psalm 56 and 4. What are the specific things that threaten you right now? What problems make you want to run away? Instead of seeking refuge in the things of this world, and remember that they don't offer any lasting protection, such as your job or money or relationships or sex or food or amusement, instead of running to those things, run to God. Because God is your fortress. Hide in Him. Having to hold up in the fortress isn't always comfortable. In fact, it's confining, but it's also temporary. Why? Because as David claims, God is not only a fortress, He is also a deliverer. When people, events, or circumstances are coming against you, God is the fortress who will shield you from the hardest assaults. So our question, how in your life specifically have you experienced God as a fortress? And our prayer today, God, I know that when I'm protected by you, no weapon used against me can be successful. I entrust myself to you and to your protection. Amen. You can read more in Proverbs 18:10 and Isaiah 54:17. Once again, thank you for joining me on my channel to learn about another name of God. And please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, grace, mercy, and peace to you, and you. Have a greatly blessed day.